Hello, my name is Madeline Roberts, and I'm the Natural Resources Educator for Washburn County. Welcome to 8 Ways to Wellness. Discover the dimensions for a healthier you, environmental well-being. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, or SAMHSA, has identified 8 dimensions of wellness to focus on to optimize health. The University of Wisconsin-Madison Division of Extension has developed this module based on the work of SAMHSA along with other research-based resources. Before we get started, I'd like you to think about one place you go where you feel refreshed. Do you have a place that makes you feel happy, relaxed, or less stressed? For me, that place is where there's flowing water, whether that's a river, a stream, or even a fountain. What you will learn in this module is how our surroundings impact our well-being. Let's talk briefly about the 8 dimensions of wellness. In contrast to poor health, wellness is the state of living a healthy lifestyle. It's an ongoing process and lifelong journey, not a one-time event. Wellness is often categorized into several interconnected dimensions. It's a holistic integration of physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. This slide illustrates 8 different dimensions of wellness: emotional, financial, social, spiritual, occupational, physical, intellectual, and environmental. There needs to be balance among all dimensions in order to live your life fully. However, that balance will look very different for each person, depending on their individual beliefs, priorities, and aspirations. The goal is to find a personal harmony with the dimensions that are most authentic for you. You can't reach a state of wellness passively. It requires active awareness, acceptance, and commitment through choices you make every day, no matter how small. Today, we will be looking at environmental well-being. While the word environment can feel like an abstract idea, think of it as the areas you live, learn, and work, or simply your surroundings. SAMHSA defines environmental well-being as the good health that results from occupying pleasant, stimulating environments that support well-being. Another way of thinking about it is when your surroundings are healthy, you are healthy. Our mood and our well-being can be impacted by what is around us. Think back to that first question I asked you about where do you go to feel refreshed? This is a perfect example of where you are and what is around you can impact you, both in your mood and well-being. Environmental well-being supports and layers upon many of the other dimensions, but can often be overlooked. Today, we have 2 learning objectives which are connected. The first is that you will be able to recognize how your environment influences your well-being. The second is that you will be able to identify ways to improve your environment in order to enhance your well-being. So let's dive in to understand more about what environmental well-being really means. At the most basic level, environmental well-being is about being able to be safe and feel safe. This encompasses many things, but today we are going to break them into 4 basic needs. We all need access to clean water, clean air, safe, healthy food, and safe surroundings. We also all have a right to have these needs met. When these basic needs aren't met, it will often negatively impact the other dimensions, such as our physical and mental well-being. I also want to acknowledge that not everyone has had equal opportunity to access these basic needs through no fault of their own. Examples of this could include having lead in your water due to old pipes if you live in Milwaukee, or having bacteria or nitrate contamination in your private well. These issues may need a community effort to address them. If you have concerns about your basic needs, I will have resources listed at the end of this presentation. If you feel your basic needs are met, but your surroundings could still be improved, there are many steps you can take. Unlike our basic needs, each person will have their own preference on how to improve their surroundings. Think of a place where you have felt unproductive, distracted, or just not satisfied within your home or work, and what you did to change it. An example from my life is that when my desk is cluttered, I have a very hard time focusing and find that I'm very distracted. I need to take the time then to clear off my desk and organize everything. And then I'm able to better determine what my priorities are and what I need to focus on. This is just one example of one way we can change our surroundings. Other ways include decluttering your living and working spaces. This can improve how the space feels and reduce anxiety and distraction. Organizing your space is another way you can improve your surroundings. This can improve the area's appeal while also reducing stress by having consistent places for items, so you spend less time searching for them. You can create an appealing space that suits your tastes through decorating. Think about colors and objects that generate positive emotions and a sense of joy. You can practice green actions like recycling, not littering, composting, and using less water and electricity. These help protect the areas you live, learn, and work, and lower utility bills. A sense of accomplishment is also often felt by those doing these tasks, while also releasing our feel-good brain chemicals. Lastly, you can improve your well-being by experiencing nature, which includes animals, plants, water, rocks, and wood. Essentially, nature is anything that isn't man-made. Savoring the world around us, its beauty, function, and intricacy helps to generate positive emotions and has a healthy impact on our physical bodies as well. We are going to talk more in depth about experiencing nature. Sometimes when we think of nature, we picture a remote wilderness. However, nature is more than that. Nature is anything not made by people. This includes plants and animals, but also water, rocks, and wood, as mentioned earlier. Nature can look like plants or flowers in your house, or birds visiting a bird feeder. It can be a park with grass, trees, benches, and playgrounds. It can also be a water fountain in a public area, or a puddle. It can be wildflowers along a road or in an empty lot. It can be a piece of driftwood, a colorful fall leaf, or an interesting rock you found. You may not like some aspects of nature, and that's okay. Try to think of images you are drawn to that feature nature, or natural things you enjoy, like the sound of water or a bouquet of flowers. Use these as your starting point for what to seek when thinking of ways to experience nature. Now we're going to do an activity. I'm going to show you a picture of a natural landscape. I understand that not everyone feels comfortable in every natural landscape. If the one I share makes you feel uncomfortable for any reason, you are welcome to look away or close your eyes and imagine a different natural landscape, like a field of flowers, a beach, a lake, or mountains. We are going to look at it quietly for 1 minute. Let's begin. Well, let's do a little reflection on that activity. What kinds of thoughts did you have as you looked at the image or the one you visualized in your mind? Were there any areas of the picture that you found yourself focusing on? Towards the end of the minute, how did you feel? This activity was based on research that found that just looking at a picture of a forest for 1 minute relaxed the brain, and participants reported feeling more relaxed. There are many other ways experiencing nature benefits your well being. Research has shown when you experience nature, your stress, anxiety, and anger are reduced, while your level of relaxation or sense of calm is increased. It's not just a mental response. Your body relaxes with lower blood pressure, lower heart rate, and decreased mental fatigue. Stress hormones are reduced, and the parasympathetic nervous system, the pathway known as rest and digest, is increased. Your flight or fight pathway is reduced. Being in nature can also increase your self esteem, positive emotions, and improve how you feel about your overall health. It's important to acknowledge that everyone's experience with nature is different. Nature may not feel like a safe place to you, and that's okay. There are many ways to encounter the natural world around us that can be safe and comfortable and generate those well being benefits. Ideas range from enjoying pictures of natural landscapes, like we just did, to gardening to rock climbing. The amazing thing is, even with the wide range of ways we can encounter nature, they all have benefits. While the activities I will be discussing with you can be done alone, there is an added benefit of doing them with others. Research has found that experiencing nature with others builds connectedness, strengthens relationships, and reduces stress. You can experience nature with family, friends, or even discover a new group of friends. Being nature with kids can also improve their development. Experiencing nature with others can be a fun way to boost your wellness in many of the 8 dimensions. One way to experience nature is to bring it into your living space. Having nature inside your home or workspace can improve your well being by reducing stress and relaxing the body and mind. This can be as easy as pictures of natural landscapes, such as a forest, the sea, or mountains. And they don't have to be expensive framed art. Even pictures found in magazines or on your phone can be beneficial. If you have a view out of your window, you can also observe nature from inside. Try keeping a nature journal and note anything you see using words, pictures, drawings, stickers, or even pressing a leaf or flower. There are many nature journal prompts on the internet that can help guide you. One way I mentioned earlier was the idea of savoring the world around us, which involves noticing the things we see and experience in an intentional way. Plants are another way to bring nature in. Plants can include your typical houseplants or maybe something edible like herbs, sprouts, or lettuces. Gardening can happen indoors and be done in small spaces. Interestingly, live plants are better than fake plants at physically relaxing your body, based on the research. Pets can have a benefit as well. Just make sure you pick one that is a good match for your life, so they don't become a source of stress instead. When talking about pets, we often think of a cat or a dog, but they are not a good pet for everyone. A small pet, like a betta fish, which is pictured on the slide, may be a better match for some people. There are lots of different pets out there. Your local animal shelter can be a good starting point, and they often love having volunteers come to provide affection and exercise for their animals. which is a great way to get the benefit of being with animals if you aren't able to care for one in your home. Another way to experience nature is to go outside if you are able. This can be in an active way like walking, hiking, or playing a sport outdoors, or in a more reflective way by sitting and observing nature. We will talk about each of these in more detail. You can encounter nature outside by simply sitting and observing a natural area, like a forest or a field. Many people use sit spots, which is simply a favorite place in nature that you visit regularly. You can watch for patterns and changes through the seasons of local birds, plants, trees, and animals. Your sit spot can be a city park bench, lakeshore, backyard, or anywhere you feel comfortable outside. Again, you can use nature journaling to direct your experience, or you can just take it in. Make sure you engage all your senses, not just your eyes. Think about what you smell, hear, and feel. Observing nature can improve your well-being by lowering your heart rate, lowering your blood pressure, and lowering your physical stress response. People who sat for 10 to 20 minutes in nature felt less angry, less anxious, and lower stress, while also feeling increased energy, greater calm, and feeling refreshed. Another way to encounter nature outside is by gardening, whether in your own space or in a community garden. Gardening is a great way to slow down as you take time to care for your plants and watch them grow. As a bonus, you can grow your own healthy food. If you like being more active, there are many ways to experience nature. Again, you get the same benefits of reduced stress and increased relaxation, as well as increased energy and supporting your physical well-being. Some ideas for ways to actively experience nature include hiking, fishing, birding, walking, running, playing sports outdoors, biking, or playing out on the water, whether that's in a boat, a kayak, swimming, or tubing. Also, keep in mind that your activity doesn't have to be structured. You can just go out and explore. Keep an open mind and let your curiosity guide you. Pay attention to details and try to look at everything with fresh eyes. If you have activities that you already enjoy, consider trying an activity you haven't done before. It is good for our brains to learn new things. And nature is amazing in that we see different aspects of it when we do different activities. If you're interested in an activity but wondering how to start, many groups are available to help build your skills and confidence. So some of these groups include the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, which offers classes through their R3 program to learn how to hunt and fish. These programs will teach you all the skills you need to have a successful hunting or fishing experience, and even how to cook what you harvest. There are also 2 free fishing weekends when a fishing license is not required. Those are the 3rd weekend in January and the first full weekend in June. Local clubs can offer gear rentals or connect you to places you can get equipment. They can also help you learn the skills you need. They can support you and help you build connections. Nature centers and state parks often offer opportunities to learn about nature and learn new skills. Some even loan equipment. So all you need to do is come and learn. Another great opportunity is the Natural Resource Foundation offers field trips throughout the year where you can also build your skills. The Master Gardener program or a local community garden is a great way to learn how to garden. If you want to learn about nature and provide volunteer service, the Master Naturalist program helps you build your knowledge and share volunteer opportunities across the state. Local classes are another way to learn outdoor skills and activities. Your local technical college or a community education program through your local school district might offer courses that are of interest to you. If you already have an activity you're passionate about, it can be rewarding to share it with someone. By mentoring, you can help someone else benefit from being in nature and help them develop a passion for the same activity. This can be done informally with someone you know or through an organization. Some examples include 4-H, Boys and Girls Club, Scouts, after-school programs, senior centers, and many of the programs I mentioned earlier, like the R3, Master Gardener programs, are often looking for mentors to step into the roles to help teach other people. Once you know what you'd like to try, the next step is finding opportunities to explore the natural world near you. Sometimes we think nature is way out there, but often nature can be closer than we think. If you need help finding nature outside, a simple way is to just note where you see green, whether it's trees or flowers, when you're going about your daily routine. Then check out that spot if you feel comfortable doing so. Checking it out can include pausing long enough to really look at the space from outside or stepping inside the space and observing with all your senses. Another good way is to do an internet search on a map site like Google or Bing. Parks will often be shown as green areas. Another idea includes looking for a scenic country road in your area where you would feel comfortable walking, or if your city has a sidewalk or trail system that's close by. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources has several resources for finding public lands and our state parks. Cities and counties often have parks or public lands as well. One thing to keep in mind as you research parks is that some, like Wisconsin state parks, charge entrance fees. State parks have free admission the first full weekend in June every year. If you have concerns about accessibility, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources has a great website that lists all the state lands that have adaptive equipment like kayaks and ski sleds, and accessible locations for boating, fishing, camping, and more. They also list organizations that offer additional adaptive equipment like all-terrain wheelchairs, as well as mentoring. Many of our national parks have websites with live video or social media feeds that can help you observe and enjoy these spaces without being there. This is another great way to get the benefits of the natural world. Hopefully you discovered some new ways to improve your environmental well-being. We learned that we all have basic needs of clean water, clean air, safe food, and safe surroundings. We also learned some ways we can change our surroundings, including how you can experience nature, both inside and out, and the benefits. Please take a few moments now to reflect on 2 to 3 ways you want to improve your environmental well-being. You can use the handout that was provided by the educator to write down your ideas. Think about what you would like to do, being as specific as you can. Then think about what you will need to accomplish that goal, whether it's resources or what steps you need to take. Once you have some ideas, pick one goal or even one step towards a goal you can commit to doing next week. Here are some additional resources for you. If you want to learn more about nature's benefits to your well-being, you can visit the University of Minnesota's Nature and Us website. If you want to learn more about nature journaling, the International Nature Journaling Week website has many resources. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services has information on clean water and clean air, as well as Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. You can learn about safe food handling through the Food and Drug Administration's foodsafety.gov site or UW-Madison Extension. If you have concerns about your safety and your surroundings, you can call one of the numbers listed there or visit Here is the research that was cited and used in developing this presentation. And if you have any further questions, feel free to contact me at madeline.roberts@wisc.edu or contact your local educator who is offering this course for further questions. Thank you.